Greetings, folks. This is Gerard from West Texas. Bought a piece of raw land. Come along on the voyage from living in a tent to building an automated ranch. That off grid lifestyle, where it at? Get that freedom, y'all. Hey, you guys, I'm trying something new. Of course, I don't make as many videos as I used to, but I'm trying to get past that. The good thing is we're getting to a point now where the infrastructure here is pretty much at a point where I can spend more time relaxing and probably doing more videos, sipping coffee in the morning, thinking about what I want to do, getting into the goat business, pistachio trees, pecans, and then I got the fruit trees. But the fruit trees I have in the little orchard are mostly for me. I want to get into the vineyard, get that going. But it's been a great year. I'm working on a highlight video to kind of take people back through some of the things I did this year, some of the failures, the successes. Again, the failures are more important than the successes because the failures they teach you. Failures have always been an important thing for me. But we had a really good year, you know. Had some bad times too. We lost a few dogs, and I'll get into the details in that in the highlight video. But I was just thinking this morning about, some of the reasons why I live off grid. And there are a lot of reasons. I've been thinking about this for a long time. But what I'm thinking about this morning is that the cost is just too high. The cost is too high. And I'm not talking about monetary. I'm talking about soul. I'm talking about energy. And it should be obvious if you watch the RFK confirmation. And I didn't watch all of it, but I listened to part of it while I was working. These people don't want to let go. I don't know if you know who RFK is. And again, I don't do politics. I have no interest in politics at all. I don't even engage in the political system because I believe in the constitutional republic, and we haven't had that in a long time. But these people don't want to let go. They're paid very, very well to make sure the system does not change. They do not want healthier food. They do not want to take the chemicals out the food, and they are lobbied to make sure that that does not happen. I think RFK did a great job. And while I don't always agree with him, I don't always agree with anyone. What I do agree with is we got to stop feeding our children poisonous food. You got to stop putting chemicals and synthetic drugs in the food and the animals. You got to stop doing that. And that's one of the real reasons I live out here. Like I said, the cost is too high. The cost of your child's health is too high. The biggest regret I have in life is I didn't move off grid sooner. If I moved off grid, started growing my own food, getting my kids clean spring water, healthy food that's not full of chemicals and all the mess that they put in there because they don't want the plant to grow natural, grown in fertilizer instead of natural organic soil full of microbiology. The cost is too high. Your child's organs form at a young age. And if you're not feeding them healthy, fresh, real food that's devoid of synthetic chemicals at a young age, their organs don't form how they're supposed to. And it doesn't mean that they're going to have a disease. It means that they're more apt to. They're more predisposed to chronic illnesses, and that's what our nation is suffering. That's one thing, though, that everybody agreed in that confirmation hearing yesterday that I could tell is we are the sickest people on this planet. The United States has the most disease-riddled, sickest people on the planet. And it's not because you don't have health care. This is disease management. Okay, there's a difference between health care and disease. They're poisoning you and they're managing the diseases. So I'm going to keep it short in the morning. I feel like I should be making you guys more content, and I do apologize, bringing you more on the voyage and the things that I'm learning. I've learned so much out here. And in fact, it's interesting how my friends tell me so much that you're not the same person. And I'm not. I'm trying to be the best man I can be. I'm trying to be the best friend and the best father I can be. One day I might even try to be the best husband I can be. We'll see how that goes. That's not looking too good. I don't know. That's a tough ask. To get a woman that it's not even a woman or a man, because most of the people I know who live off grid are women. But to get someone to just also understand the cost is just too high. The cost is too high in too many ways. You have to engage in the system in everything you do when you live on grid. And I don't want to engage in the system. And the other thing is, I don't feel that I'm better than anybody else. I'm not better than anybody who lives on grid. I'm just tired. I'm done. I'm done, and I'm strong, and I'm stubborn. That's really what it comes down to. And my body I'm in better health now than I was in my teens. And so I know I can do it. I know that I can build off grid, and I can live sustainably on my own food, my own water, my own energy, my own power, and have nothing to do with a system that is largely becoming psychotic, crazy, and just refuses to let go of the violent cycle around the world, tempting World War III and all the other nonsense that they're up to. And it's not a political party thing. Because to me, if you ask me, they're all the same. I mean, in everything significant, they're all the same. I've never in my lifetime heard anyone actually want to get the poisons out of the food, the carcinogens. I mean, let's just say that out loud for 1 minute. They put carcinogens in our food, and we pay them to do it. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to keep these short in the morning. I think that it might help if some of you who follow me get inside of my head a little bit, and you kind of understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, and why I do it alone. It doesn't matter to me what anyone else does. When I know what the right thing is to do, I'm gonna do it. And I don't know where that even came from. Maybe I had warriors in my family a long time ago. I've never been that kid that gets scared and backs down. Coming from the Washington, D.C. area, I've been in many fights where it was just me and it was many of them. And it didn't really matter. Come back the next day, let's do it again. I'm very stubborn. But once I understand what the right thing to do is, I'm always going to do it. Because in that quote, that what someone said a while ago, I don't know who said it, but it was true. It said the only way, well, I know I'm going to mess the quote up, but the only way evil thrives is for good men to do nothing. And that's why evil is thriving. Because good men and good women are just going along to get along instead of standing up and saying enough is enough. And in this morning's rant, that's why I live off grid. Y'all have a great day. Oh, and I'm not coming back.
From the bottom to the top.